Our traditional way of thinking toward nature is one of we can do whatever we want with it because, well, matter is soulless, matter isn't alive. This style of thinking toward nature has been considered arrogant and hard. Paradoxically, this attitude has fostered a soft spot in Western thought toward nature in association with beauty. Our models for beauty and shelter for soul have become landscapes and sceneries with skies. This wasn't always the case. We used to think of nature as demon-filled terrain. In the early days of our country, scientific books suggested that wilderness be dramatically altered so as to allow for more sunlight to permeate the air, to allow for the air to dry off and kill off bacteria. Evil lurked within the forest, haunting the woods. What is now labeled nature wasn't always considered a good thing. Dreadfully terrifying were the woods, and what was in them became to be recognized as something that was villainized. All this to say that what is considered natural doesn't mean beautiful, always. What is considered beautiful isn't always natural. Now, there have been many great philosophical thinkers that have already mentioned a multitude of words connotating the word nature. In the commencing phases of Western thought, perhaps Heraclitus was correct all along when he said that nature loves to hide. In this description of nature, we get a sense for nature's dodgy way of being. There are mythical components to this idea of nature and some of the creatures therein, like the muses or sirens or nymphs or even the other deities. Something about them eludes and evades full captivity. Nature and the natural, in this sense, shows itself or exhibits itself in a play-like manner or in an enveloping kind of manner. Now, to a degree, just uttering the word nature invokes a likely snare into kinds of reminiscences, things we are afraid of, captured by, and things that we want to devote to. Natural involves us deeply into a discussion about its prior history, not so much as vegetative life, gravel, or unthoughtful committed action, but instead in the historical trajectory of an idea that brings along with it movement in images and actually weighs them down. Charles Darwin's Origin of Species is a perfect example of this affect and motion. It required focused attention, observation, differentiation, classification, organization, categorization of what appeared in nature naturally to Darwin. In each placement of whatever thing he was placing in whatever category, a heaviness accompanied the image that made it unbearable to pin it along with anything else.